Welcome to the Lombardi Line. I'm Jack Lombard, the Prophet of Titletown, filling in for Ryan, who, by the way, made the brilliant decision to go do nature walks or darkness retreats or whatever it is he's up to during the biggest Packers news drop in over 20 years. Brilliant timing, Ryan. Really nailed it. So here we are. Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer, and apparently that means the sky is falling. Cap killer, win now or bust. Folks, I've heard it all, and it's nonsense, pure nonsense. Here's a real one I saw online from, of course, a Bears fan. Indiana's biggest Bear fan says that Parsons deal is a cap killer, doesn't leave room to pay anyone else. No first-rounders for 2 years. They set themselves back. Not worried about Parsons. Clark was the game changer. Folks, you can't make this up. That's not analysis. That's fear. That's the sound of a rival staring down the storm clouds and trying to convince himself they don't exist. Because here's the truth. Teams don't regret paying elite non-quarterbacks. They just don't. You pay a generational wrecking ball. You don't wake up 5 years later wishing you hadn't. You wake up polishing a Lombardi. The Rams gave Aaron Donald a blank check. Biggest defensive contract in history. Did they regret it? Not when he dragged them to a Super Bowl parade down Figueroa. The Broncos made Von Miller the highest-paid defender in football. Did they regret it? No, he handed them a Super Bowl MVP on a silver platter. J.J. Watt in Houston. The Texans didn't collapse because Watt got paid. They collapsed because they couldn't find a quarterback. Larry Fitzgerald in Arizona. They gave him whatever he wanted. Nobody ever said, man, I wish we hadn't signed Larry Fitzgerald. And even Khalil Mack. For all the Bears fans crying that it was a mistake, let's be honest. He made them relevant again. He made them look like Super Bowl contenders. The problem wasn't Khalil Mack. It was the same old Chicago story. Incompetent quarterback play and a double-doinking dork of a kicker. Don't pin that collapse on Mack's paycheck. He earned every cent. The Bears just couldn't get out of their own way. Now, yeah, there are bad contracts out there. Albert Hainsworth in Washington, and Ndamukong Suh in Miami, J.C. Jackson with the Chargers. But that's not Parsons. Those were splashy free agent gambles. Parsons is different. He's generational. He's the kind of guy who tilts the field every single snap. And as for the Packers, let's get real. This is the youngest roster in football. They didn't hitch their wagon to an aging core. They've got youth, speed, upside everywhere. Sure, they lost 2 first-rounders to get Parsons. Big deal. You've seen what Gutekunst does in the middle rounds. Zach Tom, Romeo Dobbs, Tucker Kraft, Quay Walker, Carrington Valentine, Evan Williams, Kingsley Enagbari. On and on it goes. And that's not even mentioning their record in the second round. Elgin Jenkins, Christian Watson, and oh, I don't know, how about a guy named Edgerrin Cooper? This front office finds players, period. And the cap, don't make me laugh. I keep hearing the Packers are in cap hell now. Really? From people who clearly haven't even looked at the contract. First of all, let's get the basics straight. This isn't some 4-year, $186 million bomb strapped to Green Bay's chest. It's an extension tacked on to Parsons' 5th-year option. That means the Packers aren't on the hook for a 4-year, $186. They're on the hook for a 5-year, $210. Do the math, folks. That drops the average from $47 million a year down to about $42. That's a discount for the best defensive player in football. And the structure, it's even better. The Packers get Parsons for 3 full seasons under $30 million per year against the cap. That's the opposite of cap hell. That's called good business. Well, what about after that? After that, it's decision time. If, God forbid, something goes wrong, he's gone. the Packers walk away with 3 elite years at a bargain and just a modest $17 million dead cap hit. If he's still the wrecking ball we all know he is, they extend him, smooth out the numbers, and keep rolling. That's how this league works. Folks, that's not a trap. That's flexibility. That's the Green Bay front office playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. So here's the truth. This isn't a desperate win now or bust move. This is history repeating itself. Brett Favre had Reggie White. Aaron Rodgers had Charles Woodson. And now Jordan Love has Micah Parsons, the best defensive player on the planet. Every time that formula hits, the Packers aren't just contenders, they're inevitable. So the next time you hear a rival fan squeak out, Parsons is a cap killer, just smile, because that's not a prediction. That's a confession. That's fear talking. History doesn't say collapse. History says dynasty. And folks, mark my words, Green Bay isn't on the clock. Green Bay is on the rise. Let Jack Lombard, the Prophet of Titletown. This is the Lombardi Line. Stick with me, folks. The best is yet to come.